Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have some juicy drama, juicy allegations for sparking zero. Wait a minute. That's my face. Mom, I finally made it. All right, so I cannot believe I'm actually making this video, but here we are. I wanted to discuss these allegations, or I guess criticisms. I don't even know what you consider it, bro. Like at this point, I mean, you're seeing it from the title here. My face is in the thumbnail. Shoutouts to Last Saiyan Leak. I have been getting sent this video like multiple times in the past couple of days now, and it's funny because even YouTube is recommending the video to me. They're basically telling me, yo, you need to check this out. All right, you need to stop being a professional gasser. I know. I'm very good at my job, okay? But we have to discuss this. Now, before we go any further, okay? Before we go any further and we read all this and we watch the video, we're going to watch the full video. I'm just curious like what the situation is, okay? Why am I being brought up in this video? Please do not, and I'm being dead serious, do not go to this guy's channel and harass him or send him any hate or anything like that. For those of you that, you know, like me and you support my content, you know, however you feel about me, this is not a video to start more drama. That's not what this is. This is me responding to a video made basically about me. I really don't know. It's an 8-minute video, so I'm sure I'm gonna come up at least for a few seconds, right? But the title of the video is YouTubers are gassing this generic ass character. He's got to censor the ass, okay? Because you're going to get demonetized, right? You got to make a little bit of money from this, right? Bandai's still missing the point. Now, professional. I won't even say anything about that part. Gassers need to be stopped. They need to be stopped, all right? This is very serious, right? And then we got a nice blue arrow pointing to my head. Look at my dumbass face, dude. I look so fucking stupid. He doesn't even play Sparking Zero. That's right. I don't play Sparking Zero. Off screen, I definitely don't play the game, right? This guy knows me, all right? Mr. Christian Seta. I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing this guy's name. If you are watching this, Mr. Christian here, tell me how to pronounce your name. That's one thing I do not like is mispronouncing someone's name because people mispronounce my name all the time. So, you know, I want to get that right. But yeah, let's see what I assume this is the summary, but again, we'll watch the video here. So he goes, my boy, some guy on YouTube is posting videos saying you don't even play Sparking Zero and that people that gas Shallot are idiots. Just letting you know, by the way, just letting you know. So we're gonna check this out. We're gonna put a little bit of money in this guy's pocket here. Okay, here, wait. I gotta full screen this, all right? We got a full screen. We got to get this in full HD. So I'm already at the start of the video. Let's go, dude. I'm hyped. Zero DLC. Oh! You're gotta be kidding me! Oh my god!
My body's itching for.
No. Can't have that. Can't have excitement. Gassing times 1 million. Oh, okay. This is another person. I like this guy. It's just a generic ass beam, bro. Relax. I like this guy.
What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Christian here again with another video, and as you see, they just dropped a trailer for a new character, Shallot, who's from Dragon Ball Legends. And as you see, a lot of YouTubers are kind of gassing this to all hell. They're treating it like it's the second coming of Jesus, but I really am not excited for this character. I'm gonna just call it how I see it.
So real quick, if you guys don't know, Shallot is actually the second coming of Jesus, okay? So some of y'all don't understand it, but he actually is. It's confirmed. So let's continue on.
To attract casuals to the game, because right now, basically the game is full of sweats, guys. Everyone who's on the game right now is a sweat. I've seen some people say and claim that they're casuals, but man, like, if you're still on Sparking Zero, you are truly a sweat at this point, because there is no content on that game except PvP. So the only thing we have to do is just get as good.
So an example of me who doesn't always make content. You know, sometimes I don't even have time to play this game. Okay. And the allegation that I don't even play the game is, I think that is kind of crazy. But if you guys don't know, because you guys wouldn't know, because again, I'm not always making content on this game. I do play this game, not every single day, but sometimes I'll go in the custom battle mode, which is something that you can do that's not related to PvP. As you guys know, I don't really care for PvP in any video game. It's just not really something I'm that interested in. Sometimes I'll dive into it occasionally, but it's not like, you know, something that I care about, right? That doesn't make a game for me. A game is more than just competitive aspects, whenever this game was never meant to be a competitive game anyways. And even if I'm not doing custom battle, if I have friends over or my brother comes over or I just want to play the game for a bit and just have a good time, this is literally the perfect game. This is the game we go to because it has an absurd roster. All right. We have like 200 characters. So it's like every single battle does feel different and we're just fucking around. Okay. We're just dicking around and we're having a good time. It's a party game to me, right? It's still a great game, but I digress. Let's keep moving on in the video.
Good as possible on the game. But the reality is that the bulk of Dragon Ball fans who would consume content from Bandai and Spike and keep paying for fan service type content are more on games like Xenoverse and Legends than games like Fighter Z and Sparking Zero. And this edition of Shallot, who's basically a character that I don't give a shit about, but apparently has a huge fan base, just lets me know that I'm kind of out of touch with the current Dragon Ball fan base. And looking back in...
Yeah, and I mean, I would have to agree with that, you know? That's fine. I totally get it. I totally get if this is not a character you're interested in, because you're only going to be interested in this character if you played Dragon Ball Legends, which is a mobile game that not everybody plays, right? We have two mobile games, Dokkan or Legends. You got to choose between one of the other, or you play both, right? Which is very difficult to do. So I totally get that not everybody has the time or even gives a shit about playing these games. And like I said, you're only going to know about this character, or give a shit about this character, if you do play those games, okay? For somebody like me, I have been playing this game since the beta. It came out in 2018. And I very much do still enjoy the game. I actually play it every single day. I play Legends probably more than any other game in terms of, you know, a Dragon Ball game. I know that might come out as a little bit surprising, but it's just because it's on my phone. I can play it anywhere. It's portable. It's a very quick thing that you can do. That's what it's good for, right? So when it comes to Shallot, I've wanted him in a console game for over 7 years. The moment I saw this character get revealed in the game as a original character, artwork and, you know, creation and everything by Toriyama, like, dog, I wanted him in Xenoverse 2 like the next day. Like, I was like, this guy is literally perfect for Xenoverse 2. And we never got it. We never got him in Xenoverse 2. But he's coming to a game that is similar, okay? Not exactly the same, but it's a game that looks really good. It plays really good, right? It's an arena fighter. So this is the next best thing, okay? If he got in Dragon Ball FighterZ, that would also be absolutely gas, right? Because YouTubers are gassing this generic-ass character. So that's why I'm so excited. That's why... maybe not everyone, but those of us that actually care about this character, that's why we're screaming our heads off when we saw this, right?
Hindsight, this 100% is the reason the game was so cheese when it came out. Perception being busted and Instaspark being so prevalent in the game is starting to look a lot more like an intentional choice by the devs, so that they could keep, you know, Dragon Ball Legends fans on the game longer. And it's no surprise that as they made it more competitive, those fans just fell off a cliff and went somewhere else. But my question to Bandai is, do they really think that releasing Shallot is gonna keep Dragon Ball Legends fans on this game? I mean, I know we live in a bubble where we already know how to play the game and we know all the exploits and tech and all that stuff. But for people trying to learn this game right now, the barrier of entry is crazy. I mean, if you don't know the exploits, if you don't know the tech, you're about to get straight killed even on quick play. I mean, the level of even B ranks right now is just on another level compared to just like a casual player trying to come in. 100%, that is why they were trying to develop Legendary Warrior Face-Off, because this game is in desperate need of some PvE content to keep those players enticed and on the game. Because if you only have PvP, those players are truly just gonna get destroyed and go back to their casual game, Dragon Ball Legends, etc. And like I've said before, we don't need any more characters, okay? The characters are kind of like the draw, but there's nothing here to keep the casual player on.
I agree.
Once they get here. And I know we live in the PvP bubble in the sparking community, but honestly, I think the only way to truly revive this game is to add more casual modes at this point.
I agree.
This game had multiple raid missions coming out weekly with interesting rewards like outfits, auras, accessories, and stuff like that. I actually believe players like Rhyme Style, Afro Senju, or even SLOplays here would be on this game. I mean, I know SLOplays covers the game, but let's be honest, guys, he doesn't play this game. He doesn't even know the mechanics of this game. He just goes over it for content and views, but really, like, he doesn't play this game, okay? Now, Lushik does, so...
Okay. And hey, that's fair. That's fair if that's how you would interpret it, you know, for me. But again, I do play the game. Just I don't make content playing the game that much, you know, because again, the only thing you can really do right now if you're going to make content is PvP or custom battle mode. And honestly, like there's just not really a lot that I can do with it right now in terms of like interesting content, right? I could make content on it, but it's just, I feel like not many people are really interested in seeing me do the same thing over and over again, right? I've already done a million videos going over the DLC, all the characters and everything. Like, that's just the most I can really do with it. But I still like to play it on my own time, you know, in my own personal life when I have the free time. And, you know, sometimes that's the thing. Like, that's why I don't make content on every single game I play, right? Like, sometimes I just like to chill and play the game by myself or play with friends. Like, it doesn't always have to involve making videos about it. You know what I'm saying? And again, it all boils down to what people are interested in, okay? So I totally get it. I totally understand if that's how you would see it, because visually that is true. You know, on my content, on the videos that I make, it's not always gameplay of PvP, because again, I'm just not interested really in PvP. That's just what it is. But we'll continue on. This guy has made some very, very valid, good points. He also did talk about how bringing people back into this game, like game modes, is huge. You know, customization and stages are important as well, but that's not going to completely bring people back in. Like, you got to add some new, fresh stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will come back in, but it's going to be the same thing with like characters, okay? I agree with that, and I've acknowledged that, right? Stages and customization isn't the only thing. It has to be a balance of everything, a lot of stuff, right?
He's in the intro, but he's actually nice at the game and knows the mechanics and all that stuff. He's excused for acting that way, but SLOplays, really, why are you getting excited over Sparking Zero when you don't even play the game? Now
that's not fair. Just because I don't always make videos on the on the game, right? I don't think that's a fair criticism to say that I can't be excited. You know what I mean? You're like that's kind of crazy. Like, if you don't know me, right? If I assume this guy doesn't, I mean, he doesn't really know me, right? If you watch my content, you know who I am and what I do with, you know, how I feel about Dragon Ball. I like pretty much everything when it comes to Dragon Ball, because I just like Dragon Ball. It's my favorite series of all time when it comes to anime, manga, whatever it may be, right? And again, this is a character I genuinely like, I care about, and followed for the past 7 years. I play Dragon Ball Legends, okay? I play Sparking Zero. This right here, this combination, this was like one of the best things that I've seen this year. I know it might be crazy to some of y'all, but you have to understand my perspective, okay? I've been a fan of this character, and I've liked this character for over 7 years. So he's coming to a game that I've been waiting for like 14, 15 years, right? And it's a game I still like compared to, you know, what a lot of people think about this game. I'm still one of the very few that still do enjoy this game, and I like this game. So if that character that I've been waiting for comes in a game that I like, it's literally a match made in heaven. Like, am I crazy? Is it insane for me to be happy and excited about this character? I guess so. According to this guy and according to other people as well.
As far as how the game has developed thus far, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure why they made it more competitive over time if their actual goal is to attract casuals. Honestly, from a player standpoint, I think the changes were good for us, but from a business standpoint, it just ensured that players like me are gonna absolutely destroy any casual player that comes along this game if they don't know what they're doing. So I mean, I'm not really sure why they did that, but my only answer is that they had to appease the only audience that was left after most of the player base left, and that was just the PvP sweats. That's the only one who's left on this game, so they had to appease them if they didn't want their game to completely die. But in my opinion,
so when it comes to the wanting to get more casuals into this game, guys, at the end of the day, this game, it was never really meant to be competitive. They are trying to, you know, get that crowd, okay, and appeal to the competitive crowd after the game launched, right? They did add an online mode and a ranked mode, right? So I guess you can make the argument that it was competitive, but at the end of the day, this game was meant for the fans of the Tenkaichi series, okay? And it wasn't always about being competitive. It was about, hey, this game is the game that is all about the anime, okay, and the series. Like, this game plays like the anime. This is the anime experience, and you have a million characters, okay? That has been always the selling point for the Tenkaichi series. I mean, at least for me and for a lot of people, that's what we played it. Let's have fun, right? It's fun. This is a game meant for fun, okay? So the casual, you know, trying to include more casual people, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, okay? Because not everybody is going to go on ranked or PvP, and you have a version of it where it's not even like a ranked mode. You can play a more just like kind of for fun in terms of like Smash Bros or whatever. I don't even know if they do that anymore. Remember when it was for fun and for glory? So you have like the ranked mode if you want to climb the ranking. That's an option. Or you could just have an online match with people, okay? Or you could just play with your buddies. There's a split screen, right? There is a local multiplayer. You can do custom battle mode. You can enter into a tournament with Shallot. Like, there are a lot of possibilities, a lot of things you can do with Shallot. And the main reason, the sole reason why Shallot is being included in this game is because it's a celebration of the 7th anniversary. That's the whole point of it. It's just a bonus character that they thought, hey, what is currently the biggest console Dragon Ball game that we have right now? Oh, look at that, Sparking Zero. It's still new. It's not even a year old yet. Let's do a collab with them, because they did a collab with other things. So I feel like there are people that don't know that, right? They genuinely don't know that because obviously, you know, they don't play Legends or anything like that. So that's the whole point. That's like the main reason why Shallot is even being considered to be in this game. It's just the celebration aspect, right? I don't think it was all necessarily, oh, we got to get more players into this game, okay? Obviously, that's a good thing. You want more players in your game. But at the same time, it's like they have other content that's coming, okay? We're having the Daima content on the way. This is just a little bonus.
And Bandai is just desperate right now to try to attract casuals again, and they think that dropping fan service will help somehow, but
I don't see it as desperation,
because there's no content here to keep the casual player on, like I mentioned. So they need to focus on casual content heavy. I'm talking multiple raid bosses, outfits, auras, maps, especially non-competitively viable maps with interesting structures and architecture. All the shit that we, the sweats, don't care about, that's the actual thing that's gonna revive this game and keep it alive long term. But right now, the way they're developing content for this game is very one-sided. They're only dropping characters over and over and over again. And as we know, the definition of insanity is committing the same mistake and looking for a different result. And right now, it just seems like Bandai is going a little insane, in my opinion. Now, mechanically, I think the biggest culprit for the game being you know, not casual friendly is the nerf to super counter. Before, we used to be able to kind of spam super counter, and that would give the casual player an opportunity to kind of compete with the sweaty player. But they nerfed it, so now it's way harder to super counter, and once you're getting hit from the back, you're basically stuck in jail unless you're able to super counter. And then nerfing the Insta Spark was a good change because it was just so cheese, but that's another mechanic that kind of helped casuals compete with the skilled player. And then another thing is the C-Burst Dash nerf was also a way that casuals got kind of shafted mechanically, because Z-Burst Dash is just a free approach option, basically. You know, you don't have to be good at neutral to just press Z-Burst Dash, you know. And after they nerfed it, I think the casuals just didn't have anything to go on or anything to compete with, and they just left the game, honestly. Like I said, from a player standpoint who likes fighting games, I like the changes, but from a casual standpoint and a business standpoint, I think that's actually what kind of killed the game, you know. Which is why I'm on record on this channel saying that the base game was kind of more, it was a better game for most people, you know. Now, is there any way that they're gonna reverse that? I feel like if they reverse that, they might piss off a lot of the diehard fans on Sparking Zero, because I feel like anyone left on Sparking Zero at this point is a diehard fan, because there's just no content on this game. If you're still playing this game, it's because you actually love the game. As much as I complain about this game, I actually do love Sparking Zero as a game. If not, I wouldn't be playing it, guys. So I hope they don't reverse mechanics to make it more casual, or if they do, they need to be very smart about it, because if they bring back any sort of cheese that was already patched out, the diehard fan is gonna be really pissed off. But let me know what you think about this new character, Shallot. Are you excited about this character, or do you agree with me that really we don't need any more characters in this game, guys? We need to really address the lack of content, and they're missing the entire point. Let me know if you agree with that in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.
Oh man, I like this guy. I like his energy. All right, I like how excited he was for Shallot. That's awesome, dude. We need more people like that. But yeah, I do agree with a lot of stuff that he did say. You know, I definitely agree with it in terms of like the Sparking Zero, how they're handling updates and DLC and everything. I like, these are all valid points that I've made myself, right, in videos, where it's like, it's the lack of content with it. It's not just customization. It's not just, stages, right? It's game modes. It's making the game. How are you going to make the game feel fresh again? Okay. But then when it comes to like gameplay mechanics, how the mechanics are, like people are saying, oh, the gameplay needs to be fixed. It's like, dog, like no matter what they do, they could make good changes or bad changes, whatever it may be. A change will always lead to someone being unhappy. Okay, the reality of it is there is never going to be a world where everyone is satisfied with how the game is going to be played, right? I personally think the game is in a decent spot. Again, I don't play competitive, right? So I'm not about that. But when I jump into the game and I play the game and I play with friends, the game is fun to me. I like the game, right? It's not, I'm not like, oh, wait, hold on, this is not right. We got to fix this. We got to make this. We got to nerf this. We got to buff this. We got to do all this. Like, even when the game first came out, the only issues I had were the genuine, like, problems where it's like I could barely, like, there were things where, like, with the controller, I remember, where it's like, oh, this didn't, like, this button input didn't work or whatever. It was like the classic controls were fucked up or whatever. And by this time, like, everything seems to be fixed. Like, I feel fine with that. So it's like, that was the only main issue. It's like every other patch that they've done after this, I'm just like, okay, hopefully this makes people happy, but it doesn't. It never does, right? So I don't know. I don't know what they can do moving forward other than just, they need to add more game modes, more content. Other than characters, I agree with him. Like, just adding characters is it's not the way that they should be handling updates. And that's the unfortunate thing, is that's what they're focusing on, is just adding more and more characters, and then doing their, what is it? Every 4 months they do like a patch for the game that like changes up something. And like there are people who are like, oh yeah, this is great. And then there are people who are like, oh, this is fucking horrible, right? This ruined the game. This broke the game. But when it comes to specifically Shallot, again, I think it's fine that they're just adding him right now. It's one character. It's a cheap character. He's like, what, $2? He comes with the season pass, if you already have the season pass, which most of us have, okay? And it's just for the celebration of the 7-year anniversary. That's all, bro. That's all. This character, it's not as deep as to, oh, they don't care. They're only going to be dropping a character with nothing else. It's like, it's just a celebration aspect, okay? That's it. So that's it for this video. Again, no hate to this guy. He had valid, criticisms about the game and everything, and I totally understand where he's coming from, okay? But at the same time, I just don't think it's fair to say, for example, someone like me who might not make videos on the game all the time playing competitive PvP or anything like that, doesn't mean that I don't play the game. I play the game on my own personal free time when I can, and I love this game just as much as you do, right? And I love this character just as much as the, Legends fan does, right? Like, that's the whole reason why I was excited. And I didn't know this character was coming, okay? I had no idea that this was actually going to happen. I was watching this in the Legends live stream, okay? This isn't a Sparking Zero live stream. It was a Legends live stream for part 2 of the anniversary. I was watching this live. You can go to my live, like, reactions, my live stream, and you'll see everybody in the chat with me. They were just as surprised as I was. That's why, if to some people it comes off as being overly hype, I wasn't. Like, how can I change how I feel? Like, I'm not going to change how I feel about something. That's genuinely how I feel. So there's nothing else to be said about it, right? This is the last video I'm going to make about this kind of stuff. I don't like getting into like any drama or anything. It's not worth it to me to just like do it. But this was specifically a video that did target me. It had my name mentioned. So I felt like it was fair for me to give a response. You can see it from my perspective. If you don't agree with me, there's nothing I can say about it. There's nothing I can say about that. We're going to move on. We're going to enjoy this character. We're going to have a good time. If you don't care about this character, that's fine, man. An opinion is an opinion at the end of the day. So I appreciate all of y'all that do support me, that do, come to my channel, watch my content, and, have discussions with me. Y'all are awesome. I love you guys. So let's move on. Let's enjoy our shit, right? Let's enjoy life, because guess what? That's what this game was meant for enjoyment and hype. Peace out.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.